have Kim with me today. This is Ivy Michelle for Behind the AI for Funder AI. So let's kick it off with you, Kim. Great energy already beaming on the screen. Give us a quick intro. Give everybody a quick intro about you, your name, where you're from, and the company that you're building.
Yeah, so my name is Kim Roxie, Kimroxie, and I'm the founder of LAMIK Beauty. LAMIK is a clean color cosmetic brand that's using technology to better assist our customers and to give them the best experience that they were not getting in store for a lot of women that are especially darker skin complexion. But our makeup can be used by all women. We manufacture in Houston, Texas, and so happy to be here. So excited to share more about LAMIK. And we have an acronym for the name. So it's LAMIK. It stands for Love and Makeup and Kindness.
Love it. I actually did some homework and I have watched all your founders' origin story. So very honored to be sharing the Zoom with you.
Yes.
You definitely got a little bit into it, but from founder to founder, we're pitching all the time. Do you have a version of the pitch that you love using the most? Maybe one that like is the easiest for people to get. I mean, it's already pretty straightforward. It doesn't get any clearer than that.
Right.
But do you have another version you want to share with us?
Well, to be honest, a lot of times my only, the version that I love to tell that probably resonates with myself and really gets people to understand is this as simple as I used to run my own makeup shop. This is a picture of it here. I ran my makeup shop for 14 years. And inside of this place, we reveal the beauty of women. I say that beauty is revealed and not applied. And I opened up this makeup shop when I was 21 and ran it for 14 years. And then I looked around, I looked across the US, I looked across the world, and I said, man, what we're doing in Houston, nobody's doing just on an international, scale. And I decided to close my brick and mortar shop where I was, doing fine, being a makeup artist. I'm a licensed esthetician, doing great, a local small business owner. And I decided to close that store to proceed, to take on the challenge of bringing that problem that I was solving there, but bringing that challenge to the forefront and saying, hey, we got clean beauty products for us that shows up on us. And that was the whole purpose, that's the whole purpose for LAMIK. So we basically have now launched LAMIK, the product itself. And I went and learned a lot about, business and all of that. Because back when I was 21 and I opened up that makeup shop, I just knew I wanted to help women. I didn't know all the ins and outs on, investment and all that other kind of stuff. It wasn't till just 2 years ago I went and learned about that and got that all figured out.
Wow. Talk about a self-starter. I can tell you what I was doing when I was 21. I was definitely not doing any of the stuff that you guys started doing. That is impressive. But all in all, I feel like when you have started out on that path at such a young age, you're really kind of honing your craft. And like you were saying, kind of having this like learner's mindset, right? Like a beginner's mindset. So that really opens up so many different avenues for entrepreneurs because again, the energy is palpable when you're completely open-hearted and you're passionate about what you're building. You don't have to actually pitch. People can just feel that presence.
Exactly. And people will understand and it'll resonate what's happening with you and what's going on. And then they'll kind of find the reason why they need you, and they'll figure out the reason why we need the business. Because there's so many reasons why we need LAMIK that a lot of times when people hear our story, they kind of take bits and pieces from there and say, yeah, that's why that's important,
Let's get into it. So you started LAMIK because there's definitely has been this kind of desperate need for it in the market.
Mm,
What else can you share with us about sort of your journey, the earlier parts of you realizing that there was a real need, and then
yeah.
how did you wanted to position yourself in the market?
Yeah, so me running a makeup shop, I got to learn intricately about women. So and I got to, I can understand, I can respond for a woman about makeup, like what she's going to say about makeup before she even says it a lot of times, because that's just how deeply I know that. But when you look at the clean beauty industry, it has historically been um underserving women of color. And so, but women of color spend 9 times more on beauty products. They spend 80% more on cosmetics than their counterparts. So like that sounds like a problem, but that sounds like a lucrative problem. Like that sounds like something like like why wouldn't we solve that? That makes sense to the bottom line, right? And so since I understand, that it's really about complexion and understanding those things and undertones more than it is about ethnicity, then the way that we even approach makeup and how to create it for us, or just create it for women who care, create it for women who have sensitive skin, who have skin abnormalities. Like, you might have something abnormal about your skin, and that's why you need to wear LAMIK, like myself. Like I actually, I want to show you this because it's nothing better than to see it live and in person.
Of course,
But,
yeah.
but I want to show you that actually my eyebrows, if you notice, they don't grow on the ends, and that's because I have a form of alopecia. And I was a makeup artist. I'm showing women makeup to match their skin that looks great, all of that. But at the same time, my hair is falling out. And so I decided that one, I was going to um, take an opportunity to create something to solve this problem. So I created this brow kit, and it's like super easy to do, but basically this is what I use to fill in my brows every day, because your brows frame 75% of your face. And as a professional working woman, like we said, who's always presenting and doing all of that, I gotta feel good about the way I look, and
Yeah.
I need the rest of my eyebrow. And so um just how easy, I just fill that in. And then I'm going to use, we have something that comes in a brow kit called a sculpting cream. So in the brow kit, you get a brow powder and a sculpting cream and a brow brush. And so I'm going to use this right underneath my brows. And what this is going to do is it's going to highlight my brow bone, and it's going to create this beautiful, soft illusion of my brows are filled in on the end. Now, we just saw what just happened. But when people see me, they don't know. When they see me on camera, on a Zoom or on a video conference, they're just like, your eyebrows look great. Yeah, but I'm using the brow kit from LAMIK. And so, and so that's what that does. Now look at my face versus this side, right?
Wow. Yeah.
So
Well,
that's what the brow kit does, and helps you look natural doing it.
that that's pretty amazing. And you literally just gave me the best Zoom session I've had in a long time, where it's like it's not just it's show and tell, but show and
Yeah.
tell 3D,
Yeah,
because they have the sculpting cream.
got the sculpting cream. And the thing about it is our brow kit is made from 88% natural and organic ingredients. So again, like we have so many people who have autoimmune diseases, different things, and they use LAMIK and feel confident and safe wearing it.
I totally hear you on the brows framing the face. I also just have to do what you just did right before we got started. I also don't have the end tips of my eyebrows. That's a real thing. A lot of
That's a
women
real thing. That's a
have
real
that
thing.
same issue. But yeah, it's like once it's there, and again, you got into talking about natural ingredients, clean products.
Yeah.
I love how you're really approaching it very holistically. The tagline is everything, right? It's so
Yeah.
beautiful. You said beauty
Yeah.
is revealed.
Not a problem.
And a lot of times you can't reveal that beauty if you have to kind of be coming from a compromised position of having a
Yeah.
lot of crap in the ingredients, right?
Exactly.
So what's the big vision for LAMIK?
Yeah, so LAMIK is using we use like AI, like quizzes and things like that to be able to recommend the right products for women. Because I want to make it easier for you to buy makeup online than it is in person. Like I want that experience to be so seamless and so superb that it'll actually start feeling better to buy it online than it even is in person. And because you don't have to look for someone to do it right, you know you have the professional there, you know they know what they're doing and what they're talking about. We use live chat, we use virtual appointments, we use augmented reality to actually virtually try on the product before you even get it home. Like that's the COVID-19, post COVID-19 way to actually try on makeup. And we started that in March. We launched it in March, the same time that COVID hit was the same time we were launching our augmented reality virtual makeup try on. So we're doing things like that. So the future of LAMIK looks like, you know, expansion of the products. Right now we're direct to consumer. We're on our website. We're on Genie World website. That's another e-commerce platform. We're on Inner Outer Beauty and Floor Plan.
Okay.
And so those are some of our retailers, but going in the future, we want to expand our distribution. But we just plan on just really being in all of, you know, professional women's makeup bags. Like we just plan on just like, you know, scaling up and really doing a makeover on the beauty industry.
Yeah. It doesn't get even more comprehensive than that, right? You're kind of fixing the system, you're solving for an issue that has existed since time immemorial. While I have not suffered that firsthand, but it's always been the case. It's kind of like, how can I match this shade to a shade that does not yet exist, or
Right.
it's still being refined because the market wasn't big enough to call for that, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then exactly like you said, you know what, the future of getting yourself made up, like, COVID is one thing, but obviously technology is there to help enable sort of the entire visualization process that is your
Mhm.
face, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I love that through and through. Um, with all of this, your brain, I can tell it's just like running 1,000 miles an hour, thinking
Mhm.
about the big vision and
Yeah.
building it brick by
Mhm.
brick.
Yeah.
Who is that founder hotline for you? Who do you call when you just like at the end of a long day and a long night, what you just said, with the competition? Who do you go for advice, for help? Who do you get to get that boost again?
Yeah, to be honest, I got a nice group of folks around that I do that with. Like I got several. So if one's busy, I'm like, okay, let me call this one, let me call this one. You know, I participated in accelerators. So some of the founders that I've met in those accelerators, some of the people who actually are the founders of the accelerator, I have participated in programs. So people that were in there with me, Black Women Talk Tech is another, organization that I really lean on, and people in the organization. I just got, to be honest, I got a nice list of folks, like even customers who have been with me for a long time or just really connected with. Yeah, I was just last night. I mean, I had a long night, and I had to call a couple of folks to get, kind of talk a little bit, and that happens often. And I actually on I've been doing a month, a weekly actually, makeup mental health group with girls ages 13 to 23, and I've sort of coordinated this time together. But we meet weekly and we talk about our mental health, and we talk about I'm helping them to just have a healthy relationship with makeup around application and all that kind of stuff. But but the other half of that is just talking about our mental health, and I talk about mine, and it's almost like group therapy. Sometimes we have
Yes.
professionals come in. So I believe in maintaining your mental health. I believe in expressing yourself. I believe in that type of healthy dialogue with others. So for me, being a founder means for me to continue to engage with people around me. It's really
Yeah,
important.
perfectly said. Because beauty suffers when there's no psychological health. right? Mental, emotional health.
I
Like
love that.
you are what you eat, you are who you hang out with, you're what you put on your face. It all eventually comes through. Like the body doesn't
Mhm.
lie, the skin doesn't lie, that's for sure.
No,
Um, so yeah, it sounds like you got a really nice click going on there. And it's all
Mhm.
about building relationships. That's like the
It,
number one thing.
it is. It is.
Um, Yep. So what would you say is the, you obviously love that. You love people. I can tell you're a really good connector, right? And obviously again exuding that energy, and there's nothing not to love about that.
Mhm.
What is your favorite part about being a founder?
The freedom uh, to build on or to solve problems that you see. The freedom to do that. The freedom to really the freedom to do that. The freedom to build. The freedom is like the first word that comes to mind.
Feeds you every day.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful inside and
Yes.
out and all around.
Yes. Yes.
And I know again, being a young founder,
Mm-hmm.
you're just getting started, but
Mm-hmm.
already what an impressive path you have paved.
Oh, Ivy, I appreciate that. I appreciate that, Ivy. I really do. Thank you.
Yeah. All the love and respect to you, and I will see you in a little bit for our
Yeah.
demo day.
Yes.
Great to share this time with you. Thank you for everything you've shared. Really hits home. It hits the heart. And I love the connection that you're kind of the knowledge and the beauty that you're also sharing with everybody when you explain why you got started and why you're doing what you're doing. So thank you so
Thank you.
much, Kim.
Thank you, Ivy. You're the best. They talked about how good you are, and you actually surpassed what they said. So thank you.
Gold stars. Thank you. Thanks, Kim. We'll
All
talk
right.
soon.
See you soon.
Another episode of Behind the AI. Again, Kim, LAMIK, come invest in great founders making great things possible. Thanks everybody for watching.